What's up, Taiwan? I'm Jaime Ocon with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. U.S. President Donald Trump has announced that tariffs on imports of steel and aluminum will double to 50% starting next week.
We are going to be imposing a 25% increase. We're going to bring it from 25% to 50%, the tariffs on steel into the United States of America, which will even further secure the steel industry in the United States.
Trump made the announcement at a rally in Pennsylvania, the heartland of the U.S. steel industry. He said steelmaking is key to U.S. national security and framed tariffs as a way to avoid having to rely on China. Now, China produces more steel than any other country. The tariff news comes after Trump announced a partnership between U.S. Steel, the country's biggest steel manufacturer, and Japan's Nippon Steel, though many details of the partnership are still unclear. Bloomberg has reported that TSMC is considering building a factory complex in the United Arab Emirates. The complex would reportedly include 6 factories, but sources told Bloomberg that the project would need approval from U.S. officials. This would be TSMC's first facility in the Middle East. Apart from Taiwan, it has moved to open plants in the U.S., Japan, and Germany. U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has warned U.S. allies against China's military threat. Hegseth was speaking at the Shangri-La Forum in Singapore. This is Asia's biggest security forum and an event that attracts defense officials, top military brass, diplomats, and others from around the world. China's delegation was smaller this year, and its defense minister Dong Jun was notably absent. Hegseth said the Chinese military could pose an imminent danger.
It has to be clear to all that Beijing is credibly preparing to potentially use military force to alter the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. We know, it's public, that Xi has ordered his military to be capable of invading Taiwan by 2027. The PLA is building the military needed to do it, training for it every day, and rehearsing for the real deal.
Hegseth said any attack on Taiwan would be devastating for the world and that U.S. allies in Asia should increase their defense spending. A Mexican national and a U.S. national are feared to have drowned after being swept out to sea in separate incidents on Friday. A Mexican man was reported missing after swimming with friends off Green Island in southeastern Taiwan. Meanwhile, in New Taipei on Taiwan's north coast, 3 people were swept out to sea, 2 of whom were rescued by surfers. The third, an American man, remains missing. The military has shown off its CH-47 Chinook helicopters with a special training exercise held in front of news cameras. John Van Tres takes a look at just what these helicopters can do.
A CH-47 Chinook helicopter lowers a water bucket into a reservoir in southern Taiwan. Though these military workhorses are most visible around National Day in October, when they hoist the national flag over Taipei, on this occasion the military is showing off the sorts of tasks its fleet of 8 CH-47 Chinooks performs for the rest of the year. One of its duties is hauling water in buckets like these, some holding up to 5,000 liters at a time. Taiwan does have occasional forest fires, and the ability to haul so much water made these helicopters invaluable during disasters like the 2021 Yushan fire. The crew doing a mock exercise for news cameras makes it look easy. But just attaching a load to the helicopter's underside takes practice and a coordinated effort.
我们会用口令引导向前5、4、3、2、1，或者是如果超过勾接位置的话，会再引导飞机向后，然后以利勾接人员能够顺利勾接。
Though used till now in peacetime, the military says these helicopters are prepared for combat duty as well, both as logistical support and on the front line.
我们会协力地方的部队来执行油料及弹药的运补、伤患后送及战场搜救等任务。我们可以搭载武装兵进入指定的地区实施空中突击作战，更可以配合特战部队实施高空渗透。
The military hopes this demonstration will show its readiness whenever duty calls, for firefighting, for rescue, and even for war. Leon Lien and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
The United Nations says that Gaza's entire population is at risk of famine, calling it the hungriest place on earth. A spokesperson for a UN office said the organization has faced significant obstacles in delivering humanitarian aid to Gaza as Israel continues to let in only small amounts of aid. The UN has previously said Gaza needs hundreds of truckloads of aid per day. In response, Israel's UN ambassador said Israel is doing its best to make sure aid gets to those in need. Former U.S. President Joe Biden says he's begun cancer treatment and is feeling good. This was his first time speaking publicly about the diagnosis.
We're working on everything. It's moving along. I feel good.
Have you decided on your treatment options?
Yeah, we have. We're underway, and all the folks are very optimistic.
Biden's office last week said the former president has an aggressive form of prostate cancer. The diagnosis has prompted questions about his health while in office and his decision to run for re-election, with a recent book accusing his team of covering up his mental decline. But talking to reporters, Biden said he had no regrets and he's working with a leading surgeon and has a good prognosis. One Taiwanese woman based in Osaka is bringing the tastes of her homeland to the famous Japanese city with a unique snack bar. Our reporter Sandy Chi visited the bar to see what she has on offer.
Stepping into this shop, customers are immediately surrounded by laughter. The snack bar is called Hanamizuki, which means dogwood flower. It's located in bustling Kitashinchi, a part of Osaka known for its vibrant nightlife. Bars like these are common in Japan, where drinking holds an important place in both work and social culture. Sharing drinks with friends and colleagues fosters a sense of camaraderie and openness. But this snack bar is different from others in the area. It gives its customers a taste of Taiwanese hospitality, all thanks to 59-year-old Li Chunhua from Hualien, Eastern Taiwan, or Yukari, as she's known to the locals.
听到我是台湾妈妈桑的时候，他们就会跟我聊天聊台湾，曾经去过台湾的人，那不知道台湾的人想去台湾的人，也会问我台湾的一些现在是怎么样，他们想去台湾可以去哪里玩这样，所以就从这里话切进去，就这样融进来的。
It's not just Yukari's hospitality that draws customers. It's also the Taiwanese treats she makes.
我会做，我小时候我们家我会自己包水饺啊，做一些就是日本人吃不到葱油鸡啊、菜包能啊、菜脯蛋啊，然后那种小吃就是卤肉啊，那种卤肉就是米粉啊，那些东西在日本吃不到的。
Yukari is the soul of the snack bar, running it for over a decade while raising her 2 children by herself. Before opening the bar, she juggled 2 jobs, working day and night, and surviving on just 3 to 4 hours of sleep each day. To better support her children and give them a more stable life, Yukari decided to open the snack bar. The process wasn't easy.
那当中真的很辛苦，要带孩子，小孩子要高考，然后又要准备店里的，那时候只能一直很拼命的打拼，很拼命的做。
Yukari's hard work has paid off. Many of her clients are regulars. Some have been coming since the bar first opened, drawn back time and time again by Yukari herself.
他の人には分かんないんですけど、僕には非常に優しいので、お母ちゃんみたい。
ここは日本だけども、日本のママよりも、昭和って言って分かるかなオールドスタイル、だから好き。今のママっていうのはもう、どっちかと言ったらもう金儲けに走ってる人が多いから、だからみんな紹介するし、気持ちで飲ましてくれるとかね。
As a single mother who built her business from the ground up in Japan, Yukari has poured her heart into every dish she serves and every customer she welcomes. Now, with her children grown and a community of loyal clients, Yukari's shop will continue to flourish, like the flower it's named after. Hangshu, PG Zhuang and Sanichi for TaiwanPlus.
Amid rising prices, one discount store chain in Japan is standing out, literally, with flashing lights, loud music, and a wild, jungle-like atmosphere. It's more than just shopping. It's an experience that drawing tourists, keeping locals coming back. Zalan Shata takes us inside.
As inflation rises and the yen drops, Japanese retailers are fighting back. With flashing lights and non-stop music, one shiny discount chain store is bringing in tourists from all around the world.
What
sets us apart from most other retailers is the amusement aspect. We stock a wide variety of products, and customers often end up buying things they didn't intend to. It's like a treasure hunt, a shopping experience that's fun and full of surprises. That sense of enjoyment is probably what makes Don Quixote different.
Named after the idealistic but impractical hero of the 17th century novel, Don Quixote brings as much adventure and chaos as its muse.
Cramped, dark, the buildings might be old, seemingly products hanging from everywhere. Lights, sounds, music, etc. It is just almost an assault on the senses. But Don Quixote has grown to be an extremely important retailer in Japan. Depending on how you measure it, it might be the 4th largest seller of food with over 400 locations.
The discount chain, nicknamed Donkey, opened in the 80s to shake up Japan's retail sector. Now, with the yen at its weakest in decades, business is booming. Tourists are getting more for less. With more than 500 stores in Japan, Donkey is a major player, opening 24 new branches just last year. And thanks to international demand, it's expanded overseas, with 110 stores now in places like the US and Taiwan.
Offline, Don Quixote consistently has the best selection of almost anything in Japan. And so, from a Japanese standpoint, I think it's the availability and it's the promise of value, which in this time of, weak yen and higher inflation is very valuable.
Numbers have grown to about 1.7 times what they were before COVID. There's been a significant increase since then, and customers are coming from all over the world. Before the pandemic, our customer base came from East Asia. Now, there's a noticeable increase in customers from Europe and the US. This rise in global visitors has boosted our sales.
Donkey's success lies in smart tactics. By giving autonomy to local branches, they adapt fast and jump on trends quicker than rivals. While inflation rose, Donkey saw growth, making a 12% year-on-year revenue increase last year. And judging by what ends up in many suitcases, its approach is paying off.
I bought a coffee cup for my mom, a fan, some Godzilla chopsticks, just a couple toys, stuff like that for home, just to kind of remember the place.
With Donkey's parent company now planning to open duty-free stores targeting tourists, they're preparing to expand, while continuing to offer the chaotic shopping experience many return for. Justin Wu and Zalan Shata for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, we'll leave you with the images of the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam hosting its first solo exhibition by an African artist, John Madu from Nigeria. I'm Jaime Ocon. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for sharing our passion for food and Taiwan. Veggie Island explores the vibrant world of plant-based cuisine.
Wow, this is amazing.
While Taiwan on the Rocks uncovers the stories and craftsmanship behind every sip.
Have you ever tried Taiwanese beer?
Are you ready to taste even more of Taiwan?